Putting the bow tie and the outfit, the Chippendales outfit is it's a little, it's overwhelming. It's exciting. It's such a pleasure. I mean, I grew up. Who doesn't know about Chippendales around the world? It's a well-known product. It's a brand that has just succeeded and went beyond success for a long time, and now I'm part of it. I'm one of those guys that has been able to put that on. It's like superhero outfit, and hopefully I can back it up and give a show to the fans they'll never forget. It's kind of scary at first too, because it's thrilling, it's frightening to come to Las Vegas and perform in front of a live audience. Part of a show that's been around for so long, and having crowds in front of your face that close, and so part of me said, you got to beat this fear and make it happen. So it's thrilling, it's excitement, is go in it 100% and do the best you can, and have a great time, man.
The same crowd I get in Vegas. You guys just came with me.
That's right.
It's awesome. Thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you for being here, Benjamin Button,
Thank you very much.
who drinks unicorn tears or something to stay so dewy fresh. But on a more serious note, you're performing May 5th through June 5th at the Rio All Suite Hotel for 5 weeks.
Great hotel, by the way. Great pool, great spa.
But I think the great
Awesome.
thing is what you're doing. So let's talk
Yep.
about that. Take me through the process of, actually, you know what? Let's backtrack. Describe your wife's face when you told her you were going to do this.
My wife was really actually very happy because she's like, my husband is doing Chippendales. So around our neighborhood, there are no hubbies that are doing that, it's just me. So that's cool. And my kids are actually very supportive as well. So they said, my dad is a Chippendale and he's doing it in his mid-40s, so that's pretty cool. So, and me and my wife are very strong anyway, so Chippendale or any other thing is not going to keep us apart. So she's really excited she can come and see the show, and it's not what you think. Chippendale is not what you think.
You were just saying that backstage.
Yeah, 'cause I went to see it before I said yes, and it's a performance. It's a Vegas show, and it's been on for a very long time. So they must be doing something good. And there's a lot of fans. There's a lot of people that come from all over the world. They don't even speak English, some of them, and they just love these guys, and they love to be part of it. And there's a lot of music, a lot of dancing, obviously, but it's not a strip club. People think, okay, they're stripping and all that, but they're not. They're just very confident performers. They make people feel good, and I'm very happy to be part of it.
Now, in the video, you said you were a little bit nervous, a little bit daunted. What has the experience been like for you?
I've done like 7 shows already, and it's been great. I was nervous at first. Now I'm pretty much part of the team, so I'm not as nervous anymore. But we do 2 shows every day. So, like I said, the crowd is really what makes the show really special, because every crowd is different and every show is different. I mean, we do the same things. It's pretty much on the money. It starts and it ends an hour and 16 minutes later for most of the times. And I enjoy getting together with the crowd. There's a part of the show where I go in between the crowd and talk to you guys and put you guys on the spot and ask you where you're from. Some of them are getting married. Some of them are getting divorced. So, all in one night. And, it's Vegas, and everybody's pretty tipsy, and some of them are really wasted. And so I can ask them anything I want. So those answers are pretty funny. So they should get that on camera. That's pretty cool.
How did you prep for this?
Well, we did some rehearsals, and I get involved with the show, and I take part in some of the numbers. I open, and then I'm between.
You MC, you host.
I host. I do the whole bit, and I do some dancing as well. So, but these guys are doing most of the work, and like I said, they're doing full-on numbers, and every night, twice a night, all year long. The show never stops, and they also go on tour in Europe, and they sell out like 2,000 or 3,000 seats, stadiums and stuff, and so the product works. People like it, and I think they're the leaders in that department.
Do you ever get stage fright?
Not anymore. Not anymore. I did a little bit, and that's why I wanted to do it, but not anymore. It's good. Because, it's not like performing a play or anything like that. You actually have to look and really look at these people's faces and talk to them and really break that fourth wall. And so that's different. But as a performer, I think that you want to try different things and try new things. And yeah, it's been fun. And I still have to do like 4 more weeks, so we have a lot of shows coming up.
What's been the most challenging part of all this for you?
Probably, make sure you take a shower, you smell good, all that good stuff before you go on stage.
He's lying. He smells amazing. I smelled him backstage.
Wash your hands, take care of yourself. I don't know. I think just be on time. Like I said, when the show starts, you can't be late. You have to show up on time and do your thing. Every number goes really fast. And then as soon as we're done with the first show, we have half an hour, and the new one starts again, a new crowd. But I don't know. I think I'm having such a great time doing it. I don't know. The challenging part would be there's really not a lot of challenges anymore. I think I'm pretty much part of the team right now.
And you're, I believe, the third celebrity host MC performer, right? After Ian Ziering and Tyson Beckford?
Yeah, I'm the third or fourth, so there hasn't been that many. And but there's also a really small group of guys all over the world who are actually associated with Chippendales. So I can say I'm one of the few.
So what advice did they give you?
Have a good time, smile and have a good time, and that's what it's about. Really, just have a good time every performance.
In a dance-off between you and Tyson and Ian, who would win?
Me, of course. I don't know. I think we all dance differently. We all perform differently. We all bring a different type of crowds. But I've talked to them about the show, and they all said the same thing, that they had a great time. And both of these guys came back and did it again. So they did 2 shows for 2 months. So I might come back and do it again. I don't know. It's fun.
I have to say, it must be incredibly liberating and incredibly fun to be up there and just listening to good music. You're getting 2 workits a night. Like,
yeah,
what's not to love?
It's really not. For people that don't know about the show, they think of, it's kind of sad, but they think it's like just this stripper, this thing. But there's not. It's really a lot more than that. It's a performance, and they really are not. Strippers. They're dancers and they're performers. And so when I saw it, I said, I want to be part of this, And the guys are really good guys. Some of them have families. They have been doing this for over 10 years. They're actually, Chippendales was here in New York, and after 9/11, they moved to Vegas. So they only been in Vegas just for a little bit, and have been around the world for a lot longer. So it's been fun.
So what's your routine like now that you're in Vegas for 5 weeks?
Like I said, I love the spa, so I like to, I get a good workout, and I have family that live in Vegas, so I spend time with them. I also like Vegas to go outside, and there's a lot of stuff to do outdoors. It's a beautiful town, so I like to take walks. I like to go in the mountains and the hills, take some runs there, work out, and I have time to read, so I can read some scripts, some stuff like that, and my family's there, so we go to the rides, the show, Celine Dion. There's a lot of, J-Lo is coming. Janet was coming, but she's pregnant, so I wanted her to come and see the show, but she can't. So Vegas is full of a lot of things, and restaurants and buffets are just unbelievable. The longest buffets I've ever seen, with the best food in the world. So you can eat a lot.
How I Spent My Summer, the Antonio Sabato edition.
In Vegas. That's great.
So you obviously, as we know, this guy here was the face of Calvin Klein for years and years and years. So you've kept your body in shape this whole time, but how is this different?
I'm in my 40s, and I have 3 kids, and I love to work and just take care of my family, so whatever I got to do to take care of them, they come first. But fitness has really been a big part of my life way before I started. It's not that I work out because of what I do. It's because it makes me feel great, and it gets my stress really low. It helps me sleep at night. My father was very much into fitness. My mother was. So I try to teach that to my kids, that you got to take care of yourself and your body. So, yeah, without fitness, I'd be a lot more stressed. And so I enjoy sports my entire life, and I still do.
Do you view yourself as a sex symbol?
A sex symbol?
Uh-huh.
I've been asked that before. I don't know. what is the sex symbol? You know, I mean, it's a compliment to be you know, to be in that situation. But I'm a really humble guy. You know, I have great faith with God and my family, and I don't think of myself any different than you all or anybody else at all. And I tend to believe that if you give, you will receive. So I like to be professional and love people, and I love my family, and I love kids and stuff like that. But I don't know. I always wanted to be in this business because I enjoy making movies. It wasn't because I wanted to be famous or I wanted to be in the limelight. So I'm very, very private guy. So when they say anything to me that it's a nice thing, I just say thank you. But really, that's all I can do.
But you must have some pretty insane fans that come to the shows.
I have great fans no matter what. I mean, my fans have been with me from the beginning. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be working. So I love my fans. I mean, I used to live not too far from here and trying to survive in New York City because, you know, I came from Rome, Italy when I was 12 years old with my family, and we couldn't speak English. So I was thrown into a brand new school with brand new kids with a brand new language, and I couldn't understand a single word that anybody was saying to me. But all I knew was that I wanted to be an actor, and that's all I wanted to do. And then I took my GED test because when I found out I could get out of high school really fast, I said, let's go. And I did that and moved to New York. So I was 16 years old living in New York in a big city against my parents, against everything to become an actor and trying to make a living. It was really tough. So for me to be here, part of AOL, which, by the way, I still have an AOL account.
Woo!
Okay? I actually have the AOL account. My email is still from AOL from day one. So
we love you even more now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No lies. So for me to be working in this country, to be an American citizen and all that, means a lot, you know. So I thank this country so much and what it's done for me over the years and given me a family, a beautiful wife, and a great career. I'm still working. So
you're not just still working. I mean, you're headlining an American institution.
Yeah, I mean, I anytime I can work in this business, I mean, 99% of actors are not working. I mean, it's hard to believe, but that's true. Like, there's 1% of actors worldwide who are making a living as actors, who are paying the bills and taking care of food and their families. So to be one of that 1% is pretty amazing. So I thank God every day that I'm in that position.
Do you think that moving here when you were 12 and being thrust in that situation taught you this perseverance?
I think my parents taught me that because my mom was born in Prague in the Czech Republic, so she grew up with the Russians and the Soviets and in a socialist country. So for her, it was really tough to escape that life. And my father was born in a really small town right outside of Palermo in Sicily, and he ran away from Sicily and became an actor in Europe, and then they both had a family in Rome, Italy. So and then we all came here try to survive in this country, and that took a while. So I think seeing my parents work so hard, 2 jobs or whatever, to try to pay for a green card, trying to pay for everything, you know. So, and actually, when we first moved to the United States, we couldn't do it. So we stayed for 2 years in LA, and it turned out to be not so good. So we moved back to Italy for another year, and then we finally came back and we stayed here. So but we stayed together as a family, and families first, and so we made it happen.
I just have so much respect for you because you've had
Thank
so
you.
much career longevity, and it's so diverse what you've done over the years that just hats off to you. I mean, like you said, most people can't cut it for whatever reason. Bad luck, they lose roles, they lose hope, they don't have the backbone to do it.
Yeah, you can't lose hope. The thing is, with me is like a lot of people do things because they have to, or because other people want them to, or because in this business, if you do something, you gotta do it this way. Because if you, I tend to believe you do what you want to do. Whatever happens in your heart, you do it, not because they want you to do it. And so, I do everything that I want to do, that I feel it's right for me. That's not going to hurt anyone, but at the end of the day, you know, I've raced cars because I wanted to become a race car driver. I tried that for a little bit because I wanted to do it. I'm doing this because I want to do it for my own reasons, not because the business wants me to. And I've done a lot of things that way. I also wanted it to be in the Secret Service. So really, so I said in the last few months I've been taking all these courses, and I always wanted to work in law enforcement since I was a little boy. So now I'm kind of taking certain steps to do that, like executive protection. So I want to do whatever I want to do that feels right for me, and I'm going to keep doing it. And hopefully I can teach that to my kids, that don't do something because somebody wants you to do it, or your agent wants you to do it, or the business wants you to do it. You do what you want to do. That's it. And you leave it at that, and don't follow the herd, you know. Don't follow everybody's making a left. You create your own thing, and you do your own, no matter what the negative is, or, you know, we live in this bubble, like, you know, if we don't get 1,000 likes, if we don't get this, we're bad people. You know, I'd rather have one like for the right person than a million likes from the wrong ones, you know what I mean? So I tend to follow that, and follow God, and follow my family, and it's all good.
Man, you should bottle that up and sell it. I tell you what.
Maybe we can. AOLbottle.com. Yeah.
What are you getting out of this experience now that you've done it for a week?
Just the great fans and the people that have came from all over the world, and also working with these guys who have done it for so long, and they just love to perform. I think I'm just getting so much out of it, just performing every night, and also, you know, at the end of the day, I'm doing it for my family. I mean, that's the most important thing, beyond anything else. So I know why I'm doing it for. But, you know, the performance and being in Vegas and hosting a show in Vegas is pretty cool.
And I know they're developing Magic Mike Live, so I feel like you're at the cusp of a really hot trend of hot dudes.
Yeah, they're coming.
You
They're
know,
coming next year.
Yeah.
They're coming next year to the Hard Rock, I think, and I think Vegas has room for everything. So there's room for a lot of shows, and it's not going to stop. I mean, Vegas is such an awesome town, full of so much excitement. So I congratulate them for coming down and giving it a shot. It's a tough business, but I think they're going to do pretty well.
What's been your absolute most memorable to date fan encounter?
Well, there was a person that came from San Francisco, and basically she worked so hard to be able to pay for the ticket to fly to Vegas and see my show when I was there. So she put her work on the side, her family on the side, and this young lady did as much as she could try to make it, and she made it, and she saw me perform, and I could see it on her face, like she must have worked extra overtime trying to make it happen, and she was there. She was just smiling, and she had a little tear, you know, and she had all these pictures she wanted me to sign. It made me feel great that she just put her life aside trying to make this trip happen. So stuff like that happens a lot.
So you really can read an audience that well?
I do. I go up to them. I mean, you guys are pretty small compared to what we do. So I would go up to them and talk to them, and I think that's something really cool about not what I would say, but what you guys would say. You know, what makes you come here? You know, what do you like about AOL? I mean, why you guys are seated here? You know, all that to me is interesting. So when I do the shows every night, I go up to them and talk to them. You know, where you from? What made you come here from Germany or Taiwan or whatever? You know, and also some of them are getting married, like I said. So where's your husband? Your future husband? Where is he at? You know, all this stuff. So I'm interested to know about the fans. You know, what makes you get out of your house and come and see me? You know, what's up with that? You know, so
what do they tell you?
They tell me all kinds of things. You know,
tell you their whole life
all
story?
good. So a little bit, not as much, but I mean, they try to pull me off back because we got to keep going with the show. But I get into it, and I'm really interested to see what's happening in their heads. You know, and especially the drunk ones, they tell you everything. They tell you everything. So those are the good ones, especially the 10:30 show at night, the late one. Yeah, those are good. Those are good answers.
Those are when you get the really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I wish I could be a fly on the wall, right?
You can come. You're invited. You guys are invited to come down. If you guys are going to Vegas, it's only about 4 hours away. You can by plane.
Did you have to step up your workouts or anything before you started doing this?
Yeah, I did, actually, because these guys look phenomenal. Some of them are like 26, 25, and even younger. So Yeah, but like I said, it's hard because there's a lot of buffets and a lot of desserts going around everywhere in Vegas. But I called Dana White at UFC, and I worked out at his gym several times. So it's like open up the gym. I gotta get in there. So because there's guys that look phenomenal. So
Are there any specific moves that were difficult for you to learn as a dancer?
Um, it's all in the hip. You gotta move the hip. Dancing with the Stars gave me a hand with that. I mean, Cheryl Burke helped me out a lot with the hip.
Figured you would probably still have it beholden on to some of that skill
Yeah.
set.
So, but I don't know. I think you just gotta connect with the crowd, and you gotta look at them and just make them part of your world. And I think that's why the show is successful.
Are you able to lose yourself when you're on stage?
Yeah, I think that we play great music. It's loud, it's great, yeah, you just kind of go and you have an hour and a half, almost an hour and a half of just fun.
And last question before we turn it over to the audience. How many pairs of Calvins do you own?
A lot, a lot. That's probably the only underwear I ever had. Actually, I have Chippendales underwear now that they gave me, so I have two. But yeah, I've only wore CK my entire life. Yeah. He's the best. I keep telling Calvin, I say, you're the only one. I mean, you're number one in my book.
You were like the iconic face, man. Like that was.
Oh, it was great. I mean, I
Good.
can tell you a story. When I was asked to go to New York to meet Calvin, I did a movie of the week for Fox. It was called If Looks Could Kill, and he saw that movie and he called my agents, and not him personally, but his people did, and said we want to meet Antonio. And so I flew right away to New York. And I met Calvin, and we talked, and he said, would you like to do the campaign for me? I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I'll do it. And then we did 3 of them, and we've been friends ever since. He's just a great guy.
He is a great guy, was such a phenomenal designer,
Yeah.
and he ran the company. But
Yeah.
onward to the audience, please.
Ask away.
Hey, man.
Ask
up,
him
dog?
anything.
So I kind of didn't have any clue that the Chippendale strip game sort of worked the same way comedy does, in terms of like going on the road and then there being a host and then you're doing crowd work and all that stuff. Like
Right.
I had a totally different preconceived notion on how stripping worked. So I was wondering if you had any preconceived notions before going in, and what were they?
Yeah, because I heard the same things you heard, which was like, Chippendales was mainly a stripper show, it was, but then I went to see it, and I was like, this is not it. This is a performance. It was fun for me to watch it. Actually, I had a great time watching it for the first time, and I knew that I was going to do it. So, and the reaction from the crowd was unbelievable, but it's a lot more than that. It's you got a little bit of a Broadway, a performance of circus, of all that in Vegas. So, yeah, what I had before is different now. I have a lot more respect for the show. Yeah.
It's incredibly physical and very, very exhausting.
Yeah, and they do, like I said, they do a lot of shows. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we do 2 shows a night, and then Sunday we have 1 show. So I'm doing seven shows in a row. It's cool.
Hi, thanks for being here. I really just want to go on a plane right now and go see you perform. That'll be so much fun. Yep. And also, your speech has been really inspiring. Just having your family there to support you all the way. So I was wondering, since you dance so often, what's your favorite song to dance to?
David Guetta. David Guetta, am I saying it right? I like anything like trance or like even disco. Diana Ross or anything like that, Elton John, anything with moves and beats, and I can listen to that stuff all day long. Saturday Night Fever, Bee Gees, all those songs are like, I could walk into a store and listen to music, and all of a sudden I'll start moving something, So, yeah, Saturday Night Fever was like probably my favorite movie of all time, and the music was just, so any of that. Dance and trance.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, that was really
Whoa, that was loud.
Hello.
What up?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm
Thanks
good,
for being
bro.
here.
What's up, man?
So my family and I, growing up, we really loved the Saturday Night Live sketch with Chippendales with Chris Farley.
And Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, I just wonder if you've seen that.
I did.
That's not my real question because that's stupid. But I also really wanted to know, since you've worked in so many different mediums, if you prefer live performance or taped?
I like all. I think performing is just great. The live performance is something else, you know, like just getting your reaction right away is just so much more fulfilling for me. But I think that even doing a good scene and walking away, we're working with an amazing actor and just walking away from, you know, you did something special and having that director tell you exactly what's going on and working with the crew and all these guys holding cameras. And I mean, there's something that you know, you get really close to the whole team after you work for many months together. So I've always enjoyed working. You know, growing up and seeing my dad on movie sets was like the best. I love being on the set, having cameras around and trailers and things. I mean, I just love everything about it. So for me personally, there's really not one better than the other. I just love it all the above.
And last question, please.
Hi, Antonio. Thank you for being here. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Just wondering if you had any plans to go back to General Hospital or any the soap world or any of that.
I would love to, but you know, I haven't. My son is 22 years old this summer, and it was 22 years ago that I left GH. Yeah, he was born in '94, so that's when I left. And they never asked me to come back. I think soap operas have changed over the years. Things have, you know, they're so busy, and some of those casts are like 40, 50 people, and so if they called, you know, if GH had called and I was available, but I can't do it for this month. So maybe in the future, yeah, I definitely go back. There's something about daytime fans like yourself that they stick with those storylines. They know everything about it. They get really close. The fan mail I used to get was really, really cool to receive that on a daily basis. Like, we want you to do this. We want you to. They're really like into everything you're doing with that character. So I miss the fans. Yeah.
And fans of Antonio can see him through June 5th at the Rio Hotel in Vegas. Thank you so much.